I remember my husband coming home from work after I'd been homeschooling all day and looking at us and saying something like, "What's for dinner?" After he said hi and stuff. And I remember thinking, dinner. Oh my good. Oh, I didn't think dinner. And then I look around at all the kids, and half of them are dressed, half of them are completely undressed. The house is a mess, and I can barely remember what happened that day. I want to run through some very common homeschool challenges, but I need you to know that in your homeschool journey, that as much as you want to be unique, these are common homeschool challenges. So as you jump on, say hello. Let me know that you can hear me. Sometimes I forget to turn the microphone on, but it looks like I'm all logged in. I am just going to jump right in and let's get to it. So there are 5 major homeschool challenges that we're going to talk to. I'm going to encourage you that if I'm not a good sync for you, that there are other homeschool mentors out there. We're going to go deeper into that at the end. But if you don't have a homeschool mentor, this is the person, these are the people that are going to help you save your sanity. Yes, I'm interrupting my own video. If you are looking for a homeschool mentor, I'm going to encourage you to look at homeschoolingolympians.com. At the top of the page, there is a tab that says Start Here. When you open that page, you are looking for Homeschooling Olympians. It will be on the right-hand side. Click on there and all the details are there. But we would love to have you on the inside if we're a good fit for you. So challenge number 1 are the dreaded routines. The reason my husband came home at the end of the day looking for a meal wasn't because it wasn't because he was selfish. It's because it's the end of the day and I'm home, and that was part of our deal. He would go to work and I would homeschool the kids and provide dinners. The reason there was no meal ready was because I didn't factor it in. And this is a very common newbie kind of mistake. That is that you think that your day is just going to go nice and easy, and that you're going to go from breakfast to math to English to nap time to errands to dinner to bed without any hiccups. It's really easy to overlook how important establishing your routines are, not only for your homeschool sanity, not only for your health, not only for nutrition, but to actually accomplish the things that are in your master homeschool goals. It's so important. And I need you to know that it's worth the pause in all of the academics to get this part straight. Chatting with a homeschool mom just this past week, and she was saying routines are her big thing. I'm like, well, tell me about what you have going on. And inside her house, she has a couple kids. One of them goes to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning and sleeps until the afternoon. And her and another child wake up at 6:30 and they're in bed by 9. Sometimes it's easy to point fingers at other people's routine issues in order to see the solutions. It's clear to me that an easy place to start in a routine is with morning time and evening time. If your routine is out of control, don't try to overhaul everything. Focus on the first things first. When do you want your house to wake up in the morning? Start waking up everybody then. Realize that if you have a great gap between where you want to be and where you physically are, that you have to give yourself plenty of time to make this a reality. This mom that I'm chatting with, I'm encouraging her to pull back the older child's pull back the older child's morning time. have a conversation, pour a cup of tea, serve something delicious and wonderful, and sit across the table if your kids are older and say, we're going to fix our routines and we're going to start with the easiest and the most challenging piece first. And that's synchronizing our schedules so that we're getting up at the same time and going to bed at the same time ish. My encouragement to her was to have that conversation with the older child and say, over the next 30 days, we're going to pull back everything so that we're in sync. This is the time that we're going to get up in the morning. And you can start. So for her specifically, I said a good time to consider would be to have them lights out at 11, start there, and then making sure that they get up at the same time. As long as they get up without complaining and fighting, bedtime can stay that later hour. But if they complain and fight, you simply turn back the clock 15 or 30 minutes at a time until they're able to get up. They don't have to be cheerful, but they just need to not complain. Does that make sense? Routines. Hey, Elizabeth, thank you for joining. Yay, I'm so glad that you're here. So pull back routines. Start with not breakfast, but morning time and evening time first. That's the biggest thing. The next thing